I feel like this year I'm trying to take different approaches to where I'm not having so much anxiety about things. Now, me, I'm not the most overly anxious person. Like it's not I would say the biggest issue to the point where it's like something that's been diagnosed in me or something like that, but I know what anxiety feels like for me. It feels like a burning in my chest. And sometimes there's things that I worry about I feel like a little too much, and therefore it does affect me and cause that burning and cause like extra overthinking, and it's fucking unbearable. But I'm trying to take my time more this year, and I've already noticed a difference in how I'm taking approaches to certain things. For example, making content. I took like a 6-month break to finish school and prioritize other things because I I mean, I had a lot to finish, but I also was like putting too much pressure on myself that it wasn't really there, but I had these expectations of myself um that were a little harsh, a little unrealistic. Um and so far I feel like I've created a bit of a process. I'm also trying to be more like I'm trying to say fuck it a little more with like what I upload. Um like a lot of things that I recorded when I was doing YouTube like 6 months ago, there was a lot of stuff that I did not upload because I thought that there was no value to it, or I thought that nothing I said made sense. I've taken more time with what I want to talk about into this microphone, and I don't force myself to talk about something that is not like I don't feel like talking about in the moment. Like the past like 5 videos I've uploaded, those were all videos that I just sat down and like, "Oh, I feel like talking about this." And even if I felt like I couldn't articulate myself to the best of my ability, I still uploaded it anyway, and kind of like edited it down a little bit, but trying not to just nitpick at the little shit. Just like talk about stuff, edit it a bit, add the gameplay, make the thumbnail, and then upload it. Whatever happens with that, I mean, it's out in the universe. And then I continue to do more videos or record about like me talking about stuff. So far, I feel like I've done okay with consistency. I try to post every 3 days, which I feel like gives me enough time to get ahead with recordings and to also like brainstorm a bit and not feel like this fucking pressure or deadline. But even if I don't post every 3 days like I've been doing currently, if I post every 4 days or every 5 days or once a week, doesn't matter. I don't have to stick to that. I don't have to be so strict on a schedule because with me, it's like structure works for me, but structure also doesn't work for me. One moment, structure can work, but then a month later, it can fall apart, or the next day, it can fall apart. Like, it's really weird. But it's like, do what you want to do when you want to do it. Not to feel obligated, but just if you feel like doing it in the moment, do it. If it doesn't work out, come back to it later. Because I realize that's what stresses me out or that's giving me anxiety is like, I want to do it, but I don't want to do it right now. But I feel like I'm starting to force myself to create. And as a creative individual, that's something that I've learned that is the worst thing for you to do. If it's not there, if you don't have that feeling inside you, deep inside your soul, don't fucking do it. Don't do it because you're going to get really frustrated. Another thing that I'm trying to like have a chill approach on is my anxiety when it comes to work and hours and also finding a second job. Part of me wants to find a second job because I want to gain experience with the degrees I graduated with and have stuff on my resume. And then another part of me is like my hours are getting cut again and it's getting kind of bad right now. I don't know when it's going to let up. So it's like I need another option or whatever like that. Last year when I was job searching, that was the first time ever that I had to really job search. Like the first time I got a job, I was like very lucky. The second time I got a job, yeah, I didn't have a job for like a few months because I had just started like university again, but I was very lucky that I could find a new job. But when I needed something better than that job, I was searching for 4 months, and it was probably one of the most stressful things that I've experienced in the past couple of years because I got to see what people were talking about with the job market and all of this bullshit, people not calling you back or all these ghost jobs that are around and all this shit, and you have all this competition, and it's so much. And it's like my savings are getting low, I don't know what to do, like, I feel like in a way, I'm hitting rock bottom, and essentially, I don't want to feel like that again, like, I don't wanna go through that feeling again. So, with me having graduated, like, a month ago, and I'm trying to look for things that can help me financially because my hours are getting cut, but maybe can also give me experience for my dream career or something close to it or in my field. I'm trying not to like be sitting in my bed or at my computer looking at job postings all fucking day. It's like, okay, I'm in a decent spot. I'm okay now. Like, I at least have a job. I'm not leaving it, like, no matter how long these out because I refuse to, like, go searching for a main job again because that's going to stress me out even more. But it's like with trying to find something secondary, it's like, don't stress like you did last year. Like, there was a moment that I was stressing about the hours I was in because currently I'm getting 8 hours a week compared to like the 32 hours that I got when I first started a year ago, and then the 16 hours that I got because I was finishing school. And I thought it would go back up, but it hasn't. So I was literally like on the floor in my room, had Breaking Bad playing in Spanish on my TV, and I was like literally like looking through Indeed, LinkedIn, ZipRecruiter, and Handshake, and just all and online, all kinds of places for something that I could apply for. What I literally had to do was say, fuck it, and delete all of those apps. And I just had to literally cut myself off there because if I didn't, I was probably going to be having shitty anxiety for the next 2 fucking hours nonstop. And I really didn't wanna feel like that. It's like I know where it will start spiraling, so I stop it. I throw that shit out the fucking window, far away from me. Um, and even so, it's like part of me is like, "Well, what if I miss, like, a job posting that's exactly what I need or my chance to apply for it and I can get an interview?" I'm like, "Who cares? Who cares?" It's like, "Okay, I'll find something when it comes by." Like, if I don't find anything yet, it is what it is. If I do, then great, but I can't be dwelling on it too much or I'm going to lose my fucking mind. So I was honestly proud of myself for doing that and saying, "Just delete all the apps. Delete all the apps. You can look at them, like, in a couple days or something, but right now, you're about to, like, lose your fucking bullshit." Another thing with that is, like, I guess trying to have fun. When I was finishing my fall semester, in 2025, something that I feel like has transitioned kind of from me growing up and stuff is like when I'm not doing anything productive, it feels like I'm doing something wrong. Like I need to be up doing something productive. Pretty much every Friday, I was like in my bed in the dark, like sleeping, getting up, eating just to go back to sleep, maybe go to the bathroom, maybe play a video game, but I didn't feel like I was doing shit. And I would get anxiety over it because when I was growing up, like, if it seemed like I was doing nothing productive, it seemed like a bad thing. So it's transitioned into my adulthood. But it's like sometimes it's okay to do nothing. Sometimes it's okay to do nothing because if we're always running around and doing shit, we're always in work mode, which sometimes we have to be that way. Like some people are really they just really have to be like that. But it's like when we finally have a moment to relax, it feels so wrong. And it feels so weird. It's like I should be doing something right now. But sometimes every once in a while, it's okay to like just be laying down and sleeping and resting and maybe being on your phone a little bit. Doing something that you love or something that people have told you is not, I guess, productive. It's productive for you because it's making you happy. So That's something I'm trying to tell myself. Like, if I have a day where I'm in bed just kind of rotting, it's okay. Like, we all have days like that, and it doesn't mean I'm a fucking failure. Or I'm not doing anything with my life. I mean, it's just one of those days, or just one of those days where I can finally just sit the fuck down and do nothing until I have to go out in the world and do everything. This one is kind of like, I guess, off topic. This gives me anxiety, but is something I'm trying to work on is speaking up for myself. I'm a shy person in certain environments. And like I said, I overthink and overanalyze everything. You know, I'm 21 and I'm gonna get older. It's like I have to be able to speak up for myself and not be so scared to ask questions or get things taken care of that I need for myself. If I'm unsure about something, there's no shame in that because I'm human. Sometimes I forget things or I'm unclear about stuff. You know, I don't want to nod my head to something I don't understand because then that's going to cause more confusion for myself or everybody. Like for example, had a work meeting like the other week. My manager talked to my department and there were a lot of different things that I want to talk about. Now, with me, I am not good at controlling my facial expression, so every time he asked if we had any questions, I was like standing there thinking, do I say something right now? And he would look at my face and I literally had this like little smile on my face, just kind of like trying to conceal it. And he could tell that I want to say something and I'm just like, okay, just fuck it, just say it. You know, I asked about hours, I asked about scheduling, I asked about like other things too. And I was very proud of myself for doing that because, you know, I think especially in the workplace, I am trying to get better with like just speaking up because I get very shy and I'm very timid. And I also anticipate people's responses towards me because it's like in a way I feel like maybe in some areas or places or with some people I'm inferior or it's like why am I even speaking to them, if that makes sense. But in very very small ways I'm trying to tackle shit and I feel like that's going to mitigate my anxiety a lot more. Even if I have anxiety doing it, it's going to help me a lot. Like for example, I'm trying to make appointments to prioritize my health. I'm trying to set clear boundaries with people when I need to, or being more like just blunt. And that's hard for me to do too, is to be blunt, but just say like, hey, like, like blah, 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 blah. Or are you saying that this, and this, or like, you know, that's very vague, but I mean, it's just little shit like that. And it's kind of like the same thing I say with self-care. I've learned like in high school that the smallest acts of self-care reestablish your self-worth. Like the tiniest fucking thing. And over time, in many ways, and through that specifically, I feel like I've rebuilt my self-worth because I do little things to remind myself that I deserve these things. So if I can do little things that are more assertive, then I won't feel so anxious all the time. So that was just a bit of a bit of a ramble about um trying to not be so anxious about stuff and take a different approach because anxiety sucks and sometimes we need ways to deal with it. So yeah, that's it for this video. And if you relate to anything that I've said, maybe you didn't relate to anything that I said, or um, if you have your own ways of mitigating your anxiety, I would like to know. I love reading comments, but yeah, that's it for this video. And until the next one, whatever I talk about.